Welcome back to the second chapter of ICSC, Work, Energy, Power. Understand? So, work, energy, power. What is work? You would say. What is work? Now, work, you would say, oh man, I did so much work today. That's no work. You go back to your own bed. Okay? So, there can be like physical work, mental work, as you can say, various work you do every day, like eating, that may be work for you. Nowadays, in the lockdown, even going from one room to another room is work for people. So, actually, what I can summarize is that work is a physical quantity. Okay, it's obviously a physical quantity. Is said to be done when a force moves the body. If a force moves the body, you can say that the force has done a work. This work is always of a force. Remember this, of a force. Work happens when a force moves the body. Simple words. Like pushing a car, you're doing some work. Okay, if the car moves. Okay, understand? Like if you push a wall now, see the wall. Should the wall move? You're not Superman or not even any superhero from Marvel or DC. So, not working, it will not move. So, you're not doing any work. So, what is work first thing? Here in the Selena is very haphazardly they are given very haphazardly. I am going to tell you something now. Now tell me what force is a vector. You know this? And displacement I'm writing as it as x. Okay, or let me write it s. In the book it is given x, so I will do s is also a vector, means displacement is a vector, force is a vector. Now normal multiplication, like we do 2 into 3, that is 6. No, this does not work for vectors. For vectors there are some rules. Like for vectors there is one product called there are two types of product you can do, a dot product and cross product. I will not explain these two because this is beyond syllabus, but I will use this. If I say there is a two vectors and if I do a dot product, it is nothing but a b sine theta. Sorry, if I do a cross product, a b cos theta. Now what is theta here? If this is the a vector and this is the b vector, when the starting points of these two meet, the angle made between them, and a cross b is nothing but a b sine theta, theta being the same. Trigonometry, I think you know, because in class 9 we did trigonometry. So work is nothing but the dot product of force and displacement. So you can write it as fs cos theta. Work is fs cos theta. Understand? So now I would say work depends on what? Force, obviously. So if you increase force, work is going to increase. If you increase s, work is going to increase. If the angle between the angle increases, work decreases, because for cosine, cos, as theta increases, cos theta's value decreases, so work decreases. Understand? Now let's say the amount of work done by a force is equal to the product of the force and the displacement of the point of the application of the force in the direction of the force. What do you mean by this? It means that I will now break this thing in two parts. Now see, fs cos theta, I can write it as f into s cos theta, or I can also write it as s into f cos theta. Can I write it or not? So if let's say The force is always, first let's view this point. Okay, view this point. The force is always acting in the same day. Let's take one example for everything. Let me take this inclined plane. Okay, there is one body here and the force F is acting here, and the same body is here, a force F is acting here. This angle is theta. Understand? So this whole length is S. Understand? So now if you see the direction of F, I did not tell you one thing. No, let me tell it to you after some time. Okay, now the direction of F is always same in this example. If this is S, then this should be S sine theta, and this should be F S cos theta. Now you would say how man, if this side is X, so X by S is nothing but cos theta, so X is nothing but S cos theta. Now if in work we always count the horizontal displacement, horizontal displacement. Now in this, let's see. So horizontal displacement, so the force's direction is always same. So force in the horizontal direction, force is in the horizontal direction, you can see here. So then nothing changes, work done. And what is the horizontal displacement? S cos theta, that becomes Fs cos theta. So this is nothing but by how to find the expression of work Fs cos theta, by finding the component of displacement along the force. Okay, now let's see this example. Let me tell you, now we'll find out this expression. Okay, this F is F cos theta. Now let's talk about this example. Let's say there is an inclined plane here, theta again here. This is S, obviously. This is the block, this is the block. You apply a force F, you apply a force F here too. Now we are changing the axis. This becomes my new axis. Understand? So if I draw this, right, let me redraw this. So if I draw this right, it should be something like this. Understand? Something like this. So if you can see, this angle becomes theta, and if I draw this triangle here, you will see this becomes F cos theta, this becomes F sin theta. Understand? So this S will remain S because along this direction, the S is horizontal, but F is not horizontal because the F's direction becomes something like this and S's direction becomes something like this. So we are actually taking out the component in this case of F. So F cos theta or F sin theta, which is in the direction of this direction S, it is F cos theta. So what will be my work done here? Work done will be nothing but F cos theta into S. You understand why this is F cos theta? I just told you now. Okay, because this one consider is to be X, then this whole length will be F. Okay, this whole length is F, considering. Okay, so this is by we found the W equal to Fs cos theta by finding the component of force along the displacement. Now if I say the force acts in this direction, S acts in this direction, what is the angle between them? Theta is equal to 0, cos theta is then 1. So then works become force into displacement. Understand? Now for example, if I say that a coolie, when he is moving upwards, imagine a coolie here, I can't draw so well, and he has some weight, So if he goes up like 2 steps, for example, so he lifted the body, this mg. One second, let me erase this. uh, so if this is the body, it exerts a force mg, and let's say he moves not upwards, he moves downwards. Okay, downwards. So what happens, his change in height is also in this side, so the total work done is that mgh in his case. Okay, understand this? So when, let's say, theta is 90 degree, meaning f is acting in this direction, s is acting in this direction, 90 degree. So if then cos theta becomes 0 and work done becomes 0. How? F into s into cos theta is 0, 0 into anything is 0. Okay, now let me give an example. When a body moves in a circular motion, we learn circular motion, remember? This is the body, let's say, moving in a circular motion. So what is the force he is experiencing? The real force, not that centrifugal force that is fictitious. This is the actual force acting here. What is the actual motion of the body? It's a tangent. What is the angle between them? 90. So the work done, remember this very much, the work done by centripetal force in circular motion, work done by centripetal force in circular, uniform circular motion, sorry, is 0, is 0, is 0. So work to be 0, if I say work done by a body is 0, I can say either the displacement is 0, either you are applying no force, either theta is 0, sorry, theta is 90. Understand? Now if theta becomes 180, meaning if s is acting in this direction, f is acting in this direction, angle 180 degree. Okay, so cos theta, cos 180, you don't need it now. Cos 180 is minus 1, just remember this. So work becomes minus fs, the formula becomes minus fs. Okay, now let's say if a ball is there, I drop it, it drops, and when it goes upwards, let's say it goes to a height of h, the forces acting on the ball is always this mg. Understand? Always this mg. But so but the force here is mg, that is downwards. Okay, but the actual motion in this direction is h, so those are in opposite direction, so work done here is nothing but minus mgh, minus mgh. Understand? Now let's do some graphs. Okay, let's do some graphs here. If there is a graph like this for f dot s, let's say this, then obviously the area of, let me redraw this with a different color. The area of this triangle will nothing be with the work will be the area of the triangle. Understand? Now if such a graph comes like this, okay, fs means the force acting is constant. Okay, this force is variable with displacement. As you can see, force changes with the displacement. As you move, the force changes, but here force is constant with every displacement you see. So for this case, the graph will be nothing but the area under this rectangle. So this work will be nothing but area of rectangle. Understand? Now let's talk about work done by the force of gravity. What is the total work done by the force of gravity? So let's say if a body is moving downwards, then works becomes, what are the forces acting on it? Let's say it moves height h, okay, and the force acting on it is height h mg. So work is nothing but fs. What is the force? Mg, and the height is h, because same direction. Now let's say the body is moving upwards, moves the distance height, and always the force is always downwards. Mg is always acting downwards. So work will be nothing but mgh. No, let me not do like this. Let's a spoiler. Fs, that will be nothing but mg into minus h. That will be nothing but minus mgh. Why minus? Because they are in a different directions and cos 180 is minus 1. Now let's talk about the units of work. SI unit is nothing but, what is the SI unit? Tell me. Tell me. It's joule. Joule. Written as capital J. You know something I should not. Let me just tell you this. Never write the first letter in capitals of any unit. Done a mistake, sorry. Joule. So 1 joule is nothing but 1 Newton into 1 meter. Understand? Now kilojoule, see some prefixes are there. Kilo, mega, then giga. The kilo means 10 to the power 3, mega means 10 to the power 6, giga means 10 to the power 9. Okay, so if I say gigameter, you will say 10 to the power 9 meter. Gigajoule, 10 to the power 9 joule. Understand? So CGS unit is nothing but erg. It's something called the erg. 1 erg is what? 1 dyne into 1 centimeter. Okay, now they will always ask you this question, the relationship between joule and erg. Okay, 1 joule is 1 Newton into 1 meter. Now 1 meter I can write it as what? 100 centimeter. And 1 Newton is what? 10 to the power 5 dyne. So you can write it what? 10 to the power 7 erg. 1 joule is 10 to the power 7 erg. Remember this relationship. Okay. Now let's talk about the power. What is power? Power is nothing but the rate of doing work. So if we write the formula for power, it will be nothing but work done. 1 second, let me write it down. Work done by time taken, or you can just write it W by T. Okay, W by T. This is how to measure power. Okay, this is the amount of work done by the source and this is the time taken by the source to do the work. Now let's see one more important formula. P is equal to E by, sorry, not E by S, it will be W by S. T, sorry, W by T. So W is nothing but Fs by T. Now do you know what S by T is? S by T is nothing but velocity, Fv. So this is called Fv. But now actually let me tell you, but we know work is Fs cos theta. So this thing is velocity, so this will become Fv cos theta. Now I told you that Fv, any AB cos theta can be written as a dot product. So F dot V. Okay. Now what is the unit of power? So if 1 joule of work is to be done in 1 second, means 1 joule second minus, that is 1 watt. Understand? That is 1 watt. Kilo, mega, giga I will not tell, and some milli, micro, you should know this. And see, 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second square, equal to 10 to the power 7 erg per second to the power minus 1, sorry, to the minus 1. Now there is one more unit, that is called horsepower. 1 horsepower is nothing but 746 watt. You just remember this. Now work and power, what is the difference? Work, power. First difference is obviously the definition. Obviously everything's first difference is the definition. Next is, it does not depend on time. It depends on time. Okay, these are the only two differences. Never write examples and SI units are not points. Remember this for ICSC. Examples and SI units are not points for what do you call it? Understand? So now we talked about work, but do you know that work is nothing but energy in its form? It's energy. It's nothing but energy. Energy is what? Energy is nothing but a capacity to do work. Energy of a body is the capacity to do work. Okay. Energy also is a scalar quantity. Oh, I did not tell you, I guess so. Let's go to the F dot cos. Where is it? Yes. So this thing I told you, dot product I told you. Dot product is also called scalar product. Okay, that's why we work is nothing but scalar. It's a scalar value. Okay, let's go to the last page. Energy is also scalar like work. Now there is one property of energy I'm going to tell you, that is actually the second law of thermodynamics. I'm not going to tell you the exact law of the second law of thermodynamics. I'm just telling you this, that no amount of energy can be created or destroyed. Means if there is a body, let's say a body is here, its energy is, let's say, E naught. Energy is E naught. So throughout its life, what it can do, when it is in combination with another body, it may share the energy between them, but never will so let me say, no energy in a system. Okay, in a system, what is a system, you would ask? Like if there is like two bodies, I select, no, let's say three bodies, this whole thing, let's say this is a system. So the system's energy, let it be E naught, it is fixed, meaning that if this one increases by 1, some other, maybe this will decrease by half, this will decrease by half, like this. It will always manage out. Like if energy of one increases, something else will cancel it out. So understand this. So now the units, it is joule, erg, I'm not going to write it. Bigger units are watt hour. Watt hour is nothing but 1 joule per second square into 10 to the 3000 seconds. That is how much? That is actually 3600 joules. Understand? Kilowatt hour is just kilo into 10 to the power 3. I'm not going to write that. Okay, another unit is calorie. What is calorie? I would say, what is calorie? I would tell you the basic idea of thermodynamics or heat, which is, I think, is heat there in class 10? Let me check. The calorimetry is there. Calorimetry, I think we'll do that. Calorie is nothing but, there's one formula in heat called Q equal to mst. Q is actually heat here, M is mass, S is specific heat capacity. I'm not going to explain any of this, just remember this. T is temperature. Okay, so 1 calorie is nothing but, you can remember this, 1 calorie is nothing but 1 gram into some specific heat. I don't know what the specific heat is. Specific heat and 1 temperature. Okay, temperature. No, see, the specific heat here has to be 1. Okay, specific heat 1 into 1 degree centigrade. Let it be centigrade for now. So what is the meaning? 1 calorie is the heat energy. You can remember like this: 1 calorie is the heat energy for raising the temperature for raising the temperature for 1 gram of water, specific heat capacity of H2O is 1. That's why. Of water through 1 degree centigrade, or you can write from like 5 degree centigrade to 6 degree centigrade, anything you choose. And now if you see what is 1 calorie, sorry, 1 calorie is nothing but, calorie is this spelling, okay, you write it as 1 cal. 1 calorie is nothing but 4.18 joule, remember it, okay. Now let's say if we need to find the energy of an electron, how do we find it? There is one unit called 1 electron volt. 1 electron volt is nothing but the energy gained by an electron. It is the energy gained by an electron when accelerated through a potential difference, once again, potential difference of 1 volt. I don't intend to explain this because this is way out advanced, okay, way advanced. I'm not going to explain it by any way, okay. So just remember this, 1 electron volt is nothing but 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. You have to just mug it up, this part, okay. Can't explain this now, okay. The difference between energy and power is same as the difference between work and power, okay. Now let's do some good sums. Got some good sums selected, okay. Let's say let's say there is an inclined plane, angle is 30 degree, okay. You apply a force of 15 Newton here, it moves up, and the what do you call it, the length of this thing is 5 meters, okay. And now you have to tell me, actually go to the Selena page, okay, Selena 26 number page, 4 example question. First is work done by the force due to gravity, sorry, work done by the force pulling the body. So let me choose this side as the horizontal side, okay. This is my horizontal side, this becomes my horizontal side. So it is in this direction, okay, in this direction. So it will be 15 into 5, so number 1 will be nothing but 75 joule. 15 into 5, you understand, the force is 15, the distance is 5, no, and cos 0. Number 2 is the force due to gravity on the body is the mass given of the body. I did not mention that the mass of the body is 2 Newton, 2, okay. So the force due to gravity will be nothing but 2 into 10, you can do it in 10, 9.8, your choice, 20 Newton. In the exam it will always be given G is equal to something, you do according. In this question G is given as 9.8, but for the sake of the video we are doing it 10, okay. Number 3 is work done against the force due to gravity. Now what is the total height that is moved? Height is the total height is this much is moved height, and the force of gravity is acting in this direction, okay. Now we know what this thing, this one is given 30, so this one will be, this is 5, so this will be 5 sine 30, that is nothing but 2.5, understand, 2.5. Now so what is my actual displacement, everything you can see here, the work done becomes what, mg, what is mg, 2 into 10 into what was my height, I get 2.5, so this becomes, I guess, 50 Newton, okay. Sorry, not 50 Newton, why am I mad, 50 50 joule. So it becomes 50 joule here. I think the answer is given 49 joule. That's okay. Now account for the difference in answers of part 1 and part 2. So in part 1 we found out that work done is 2075. In part 2 we found out it is 49 or 50 in my regard. So here you can see difference is 26 joule, or in my part it is 25 joule, whatever the question says. It's actually the work done against the force of friction between the body and the inclined plane. What does it mean? Okay, this thing I can't explain you now, we will tell you later. So just remember this, I will tell you later. Let me just mark this. I will tell this explanation later, okay, because you have to know the work energy theorem for that. Work energy theorem, it's there. I'll teach you later. Okay, next another sum is that a body goes like this, the angle is theta, the speed is given 550 meter per second. This is my question. Okay, I made this question. Now if you see, this height is given as 20 meter. Okay, so this theta is not given. One second, theta is not given. This is 20, not 20, 30 degree. Now you have to tell me, what if this one ball here is thrown at like this from A to B, what is the work done? The work done is 0, because displacement is, since since displacement is 0. Now you would say, why did I give so much information? That's life. That is how the questions trick you. The questions trick you like this. Okay, they give you extra information and it's really easy. Okay, understanding this. Now let me tell you the one last point I forgot to tell. This is not in the book. This will help you. Work of a force. Obviously work is always of a force. Work done by a force, you have to say work done by a force every time. It's a non path dependent force. Now what do I mean by this? Non path dependent force means if I start from A, go to C like this, okay, I can actually break down this motion. I'll introduce a point B here. I go from A to B, then B to C. If I find out work AB plus work BC, you will find out it will be equal to work AC. This is a shortcut you can apply in every sum, that if rarely this type of sum comes, but if ever it comes, like it will say, let's say there is one pendulum. Okay, there may be this question, there is one pendulum. Now they would say, what is the work done from moving to this. Now you know what the pendulum moves like in this manner, so the line should be something like this. Now you don't know how to calculate this displacement, so what you will do, see, this is the pendulum here and this is the pendulum. Let me redraw this. This is the pendulum here. Line should be going like this. You just break it down into this thing, as I saw. Now what would be the work done by the force to take to A to B, then B to C, not directly A to C. This is just a shortcut I taught. And now we will do the last sum. Okay, last sum. This type of sum we are going to do is very important in the perspective of ICSE. A boy of mass 40 kgs. If you have a Selena, go to page number 26, question number 3 example. And climb stairs. Ignore the data there. Climb stairs. Okay, climbs the stairs. in 2 minutes. Now B, and there is one girl now, whose mass is 30 kgs. Really malnourished kids climbs the same thing in 1.5 minutes. You have to tell me the ratio of the power. Don't need to do the work done. Whenever they say compare, you always give the ratio. Okay, always give the ratio. You have to say the compare. First is work, second is power. Now how do you do this? They climb stairs, so work is mgh. Work for the boy, let the boy be 1. Work by the 2, let it be 2. Mass is different, they climb the same height, g is same, m2 gh, so it will be nothing but 4 by 3. 40 by 30, that's 4 by 3. Understand? Now power 1 by power 2, what is it? Nothing but work 1 by work 2 into time 2 by time 1. You understand why? Work 1 by work 1 by time 1, right? Work 2 by time 2. I just simplified this. 4 by 3 into time 2 is, I guess so, 1.5 by 2. Just cancels out, that is nothing but 1. So they both have the same power. Okay, understand? If there is if there is more power, if a body has more power, it will do the same amount. If two bodies are there doing the same amount of work, okay, if I say A has greater power than B, while they do the same power, obviously A does the work in a lesser time. Okay, then we'll end it here. See you in the next video.